My name is Harshadhan Chaturvedi and I am a legal intern at Lexis & Company. So today we are going to talk about postal trial procedure. The two functions of criminal court. First is to decide as to the guilt or innocence of the accused. If guilty, to determine the appropriate punishment. Under section 353, judgment shall be delivered in open court immediately after the conclusion of the trial or in subsequent date. Three ways to deliver a judgment: by delivering the whole judgment, by reading out the whole judgment, by reading out the operative part of the judgment. If delivering the whole judgment, then the same shall be taken down in shorthand, and after delivering the judgment, the same should be signed on every page by the judge or presiding magistrate. If reading out whole judgment, the same shall be signed at the end, if written by hand, or if not written by hand, then shall be signed on every page. If only operative part is read out, then immediately after reading out the operative part, a copy of the judgment shall be given for free to the convict and the victim. If the accused is in custody, then he shall be brought to hear the judgment. If not in custody, then he shall be summoned to the court. No judgment delivered by any criminal court shall be deemed to be invalid by reason of absence of any part of his pleader on the day or from the place notified for the delivery thereof, or of any omission to disserve or defect in serving on the parties or their pleaders, or any of them, the notice of such day and place. Under section 354, language and contents of judgment. Except as otherwise expressly provided by this code, every judgment referred to in section 353 shall be written in the language of the court, shall contain the points or points for determination, the decision thereon, and the reasons for the decision, shall specify the offence, if any, of which, and the section of the IPC 45 of 1860 or other law under which the accused is convicted, and the punishment to which he is sentenced. If it be a judgment or acquittal, shall state the offence of which the accused is acquitted, and direct that he said be at liberty. When the conviction is under the IPC code 45 or 1860 and it is doubtful under which two sections or under which of two parts of the section of that code the offence falls, the court shall distinctly express the same and pass judgment in the alternative. When the conviction is for an offence punishable with death, or in alternative with imprisonment for life, the judgment shall state the reasons for the sentence awarded, and in the case of sentence of death, and the special reasons for such sentences. When the conviction is for an offence punishable with the imprisonment for a term of 1 year or more, but the court imposes a sentence of imprisonment for a term of which less than 3 months, it shall record its reasons for awarding such sentences, unless the sentence is one of imprisonment till the rising of the court, or unless the case was tried summarily under the provision of this code. When any person is sentenced to death, the sentence shall direct that he be hanged by the neck till he is dead. Every order under section 117 or subsection 2 of the section 138, and every final order made under section 125 or 145 or section 127 shall contain the point or points for determination, the decision thereon, and the reasons for the decision. Relevant cases: in the case of Ramvit versus Emperor in 1934, the judgment in criminal case shall state start with the statement of facts in respect of which the accused person is charged. The judgment should indicate a careful analysis and appraisement of the evidence while reaching the conclusion regarding proof of facts. Thank you.